to developing and honing her speaking skills so that she can represent and express herself a bit more eloquently. Today she is giving speech number 1, the icebreaker, titled, "Baby, I Was Born This Way." Her speech should be between 4 to 6 minutes, and her objectives are to begin speaking before an audience, to understand what areas require particular emphasis in her speaking development, to introduce herself to her fellow club members. But personally, she just hopes to not speak too fast or giggle at the end of each sentence. Baby, I was born this way. Becca.
My brother recently described me like this, and I quote, "Becca wakes up early and is full of energy. She is a one-woman mariachi band playing Led Zeppelin's greatest hits at 7 in the morning." I have always been full of energy. My 2 brothers and I were like Tasmanian devils hyped up on coffee. We were the kind of kids that everyone knows in a crowded airport for my mother's exclamations of, "Becca, don't touch," and "Becca, don't stand on the table." Usually people would offer to help her after a few minutes with an, "Excuse me, ma'am, Becca's taking a bath in the drinking fountain." But being an energetic person has its benefits, and I think my high levels of energy and exuberance have created great opportunities for me, and have molded me at high heat and rapid fire into the person that I am today. Since we were high energy children, sports were very important in my family. My mother put both my brothers and I on the Park City swim team at a very young age, and we rode our bikes to the pool literally uphill both ways. Not only is swimming a great way to burn off some energy, but when you're face down in the water, you can't talk. You get to the wall every minute or so, have a few minutes to take a few deep breaths, and then go right back down. For anyone who has spent a lot of time with energetic children, silence is golden, and swim team is a lifesaver. I swam through high school, had a great run, and even earned a school record that lasted until about 3 years ago. Damn those young whippersnappers. And I then moved on to swim in college at the University of Utah. While I never had the best technique and was never the best swimmer, I put my energy to good use, worked hard, pushed myself, and really didn't struggle making it to our 5 a.m. practices. I was captain my senior year, and while swim team isn't necessarily a sport that people think of as fun, we pranked each other in the locker room, cheered and laughed through the pain and the cold, and had a great experience. Not only did I learn that hard work and enthusiasm really will take you far, but after 4 hours in the pool every day, I found it that much easier to sit through my classes. After college and swimming, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I was sure that I was ready to spend some time with my head above water, and I loved working with children. So I got myself a job teaching skiing at the canyons. Every parent's dream, right? 4 years of college and I decided to teach skiing. But speaking of a job that requires a lot of energy, what? You want me to teach 6 4-year-olds from Florida who've never seen snow and who've been fed a steady diet of Pop-Tarts, Sprite, and M&Ms how to ski? I got it. What? I'm going to need to carry one on my back, one on each leg, and pick up the other 3 500 times in one run? No big deal. Oh, and they're going to cry for the first 3 hours? Great. Apparently, if you have a lot of energy and you're not afraid to look like an idiot, you can sing, dance, and joke, and eventually even the most reluctant, terrified 4-year-old will be your best buddy by the end of the day. I was so good at getting kids to stop crying that eventually I was always given the criers.
Oh.
Mostly young children and women whose husbands had insisted they didn't need a lesson. Always take a lesson. In the summer, I ran aquatics programs, coaching kids' swim teams and teaching swimming lessons. What? Your kid wears a hat in the bathtub so he won't get water in his eyes, and you want him waterproof by next week for your yacht trip to the Bahamas? And he's 13? Okay. What? Your kid hates water so much he won't even drink it? No big deal. Again, if you have a lot of energy and you're willing to sing and dance and insist that there really is a pink fish with silvery gold fins swimming around in the pool, eventually you can usually get even the most staunch hydrophobe to take a peek and put his eyes in the water. During this time, I also offered to help out at the Parksley Sunday Market because they needed an extra pair of hands. Next thing you know, I had taken on the role of volunteer coordinator, vendor coordinator, director of street operations, and anything else they needed. Really, it was a great fit for me. I ran through the streets every Sunday, putting out fires, wearing costumes, and having a great time with the 7,000 to 9,000 people in attendance. I even wrote and sang jingles on the radio. My #1 top hit was The Silly Ladies, sung to the tune of Beyonce's Single Ladies. Being silly and having a lot of energy go hand in hand. I was in my element. Then, as luck would have it, I fell into a great job doing marketing at a low-cost ski and board. I'd never done any sort of marketing before. But I was not to worry, I was told I've got great energy for it. I guess it's better than getting hired based on your looks. My job allows me to ski and bike and meet people from around the world. I love being able to work hard and play hard, and I put my good energy to use on the trails, running, biking, and taking advantage of everything Park City has to offer. While I am still full of energy, or full of something as my mother might say, I have been told that I'm mellowing out. They say if you don't use it, you lose it. I guess I'll try to keep using my energy and my time for good. Being involved in the community, playing outside, spending time with friends and family. Anyone want to talk about your feelings? And maybe still break into song and dance from time to time. Most likely to Led Zeppelin's Greatest Hits, played by a mariachi band. Thank you.